Perfect, perfect, perfect. So again, happy Friday. We are officially starting Chillin with Saree. So I'm glad you guys are here with me tonight. Other than sick, not feeling good, Jake, how are we all feeling tonight?
Feeling good, feeling supernatural.
Yes, that's what I like to hear. We made it to Friday, y'all, so that's a good thing. So I want you guys to
My daughter said you're pretty.
pump it up. Thank you. I'm just a reflection of you, Queen.
She said you too, Vicky.
Oh, thank you.
Oh no.
I want to see her so I can tell her she's beautiful too.
This is the daughter we saw last week, right?
Oh, okay. Oh, the one that did her first trades. Hey, let's go. You're on the call too.
Hi.
Hi. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, again, I'm super excited. We made it to Friday. We have only one more week, I think, y'all. And that's it for May. So we are getting to the end of the month. We're 5 months in. We're still holding up in this lovely quarantine that we're dealing with currently. But I'm actually super excited about tonight's topic. I actually want to give a huge, huge shout out to Mr. D Payne, because he actually is the reason why we're talking about tonight's topic. It was because of him that inspired me to just share a couple of things with you guys. And after we finish with the mindset, per usual, we will do a vibe check with everybody. And then if you guys need to, do a little dance or anything to get our energy up, just to kind of refresh from this past week, then we could do that. We're here again, no judgment or anything, just to share with each other as family and just to, again, continue to grow with each other and just, again, just take a breath of fresh air from just everything that we might have experienced today, this past week, this past month, since the beginning of the year. Again, I want to just be able to provide a safe space for you guys to be able to do so. And again, just be able to share some things that's been on my mind, and some things that I hope you guys can find a little bit of value from, and be able to apply to you guys' lives as well to help you guys grow. So with that said, tonight's topic, let me get my little handy dandy notes. And I just got a flashback of like Blue's Clues in my head with that, you guys. Tonight's topic is climbing the mountain of success. So as a couple of you guys know, all you guys know, let's see who all is on the call. All you guys know that Dustin and I had the opportunity to take a little hike this past Wednesday. I don't know if you guys can see the little sunburn I got on my nose from our hike. But just with all of the experiences that we got in just a short period of time, that we were able to enjoy our hike. It took about 4 hours for us to go up and get back down. So much happened in so little time, and so there was a lot of stuff that I learned about myself. Even just it made me realize a couple of things about life. And again, I just wanted to be able to share that experience with you guys and incorporate a couple of nuggets that you guys can take with you tonight. So again, the main focus for tonight is climbing the mountain of success. We're gonna start with, of course, when you're climbing the mountain of success, of course, you have to first get started. Sometimes when we're approached with something that we're not familiar with, it could be a little bit scary. Um, you know, a lot of people uh, get cold feet sometimes and tend not to move forward. Some people get a little bit of a thrill or an adrenaline rush because it's something new, something that they haven't tried before. But I want to encourage you guys that whenever you guys do come across a challenge or a goal that you're trying to accomplish, of course, the first thing that you want to do is get started. Of course, it's easy to, you know, start walking and, you know, say, I'm gonna go back down the mountain and, you know, this is too hard and I'm not finished, but that's boring. And we were meant for so much more in life, to live a boring life. I know me, like I'm meant for so much more than just a plain life, you know. Um, Again, just even ever since I was little, my grandma, my mom, they've always just kind of put it in my head that I was meant for so much more. And I know that because you guys are here with me on this call tonight, that you guys are meant for so much more as well. So, again, the first step in climbing your mountain of success is to get started. If you guys are writing notes, the next thing I would love for you guys to just keep in mind is that you want to pack light. You know, at the beginning of your journey, of course, the more that you carry, the harder it will be for you to get up the mountain. You only want to take what's going to serve you, not what is going to burden you. Let me say that one more time. Only take what will serve you, not what will burden you. When you're climbing your mountain, you don't need, you know, your watch and, you know, your, I don't know, you like kind of look around and think about extra things. You guys don't need um, a Nerf gun to take with you guys up the mountain, or, you know, 6 and 7 pairs of clothes, or, you know, a bunch of purses and all of this extra crap that you don't need to get up the mountain, you know. Take snacks. That's going to help you. You want to take your water, that's going to help you. You want to take maybe a towel to help with the sweat. You want to take things that are going to be necessary to help get you up the mountain, not anything that's going to help hold you back. And so with that said, again, just applying that to life and just, again, that mountain for success, you don't want to carry past traumas or any negativity or anything that is going to burden you from moving forward. If, say, for example, maybe you've tried pursuing a goal before and maybe you made mistakes along the way. Don't hold on to that burden of the fact that you've made mistakes. I guess that must have just dropped, or I guess pulled into my heart actually from Briad's mindset call again. You don't want to hold on to mistakes that you may have made before that's going to keep you from trying to accomplish a goal again, because again, that negativity is just going to burden you and it's going to cause doubt. It's going to cause hesitation. It's going to keep you from moving forward. You don't need that, so leave it at the bottom of the mountain. If you have people in your life that are talking negativity in your ear and trying to discourage you, you don't need them. Leave them at the bottom of the mountain. Okay? The point of the matter is that, again, you want to, when considering the things that you're going to take with you up the mountain, weigh the pros and cons. Weigh the pros and cons of everything, everyone. Again, because at the end of the day, it's about you making it to your goal, making it to the top of the mountain. If you need to take words of encouragement or affirmations with you, then do that. If you need to take, the word of God with you, that's going to help keep you encouraged, take that with you. If you need to take, a mirror, even just to kind of remind yourself, like, hey, I'm a boss, I'm gonna get up this mountain, take that with you. Just again, take things that are going to allow you to level up, that's going to allow you to keep pushing forward even when you come across obstacles, because you will encounter obstacles when you're going up the mountain sometimes. I guess that was just really important for me, because when we first got started, and we were actually thinking about things that we were going to take with us, I'm like over here trying to pack my mascara and everything and stuff that's gonna help me look cute for when I got to the destination, so I could take pictures and all that other stuff. I didn't need that. I didn't need that. I'm over here trying to carry, a bunch of bottles of Gatorade and water and Nutri-Grain bars and vanilla wafers in my bag. I didn't need all of that, So again, just think about the things that are going to serve you as you're getting up the mountain, not that are going to hurt you. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The next thing I have for you guys to keep in mind, that when you're climbing the mountain of success, is that the road will be curvy. As much as we want it to be a straight shot, most journeys aren't when we're trying to, again, get to our goals. And that's just the reality of it, and that's okay. Sometimes you'll come across smooth paths, rocky paths, dead ends, unmarked paths. Sometimes the road will go back down a little to take you further higher. Just know that it's not going to be a straight path. But that's what makes it more exciting. When we got started on our hike, we came across a fork. Again, we were barely, like, I don't even think, like 10 minutes in. we were we approached a fork in the road, and we had to try and figure out which way we were going to go, and we decided out of the two ways to go left. And we were trying to figure out on our maps on our phones, the correct way to get to the destination. And we didn't have any service. So we kind of had to take, a wild guess. And so we were walking, it's super hot. The incline was like really steep. There's a point where I'm like, crap, like sweating and really hot. Like, I need to know, is there a bathroom break? Just like thinking about all of this stuff and how long the journey was going to be, instead of focusing on the destination and getting there. We were traveling, and we happened to get across, we happened to come across some cell phone towers, and it just seemed like we had been walking for a really, really long time. And we found out we actually had gone the wrong way. I'm pretty sure we still would have gotten to our destination, but it was going to be the long way around. And so fortunately, we were able to figure out that we needed to head back. There will be times when that happens in life, where you might be heading in the wrong direction momentarily. But there's nothing wrong with going back to the start to be able to start fresh with a clear mind, because even though we went to the left, it wasn't necessarily the wrong way. It just wasn't the best way, which again eliminated, a path that we didn't necessarily have to take to get to our destination. So there will be different things that you might try that aren't necessarily going to lead you to your goal the fastest way or even the correct way. But it's about what you learn along the way, because obviously that journey, that path, even if for a short period of time, was provided for you to expose you, to expose you and challenge you. Going the wrong or to the left made me realize how much I was not in shape, y'all. We hadn't even gone like 45 minutes yet, and I was over here complaining about how hot it was, and you know, I was drinking my water and everything, and it made me realize again, or that short journey was meant to expose that I needed to stop complaining and to just appreciate the journey that I was going along. And again, just made me realize that I needed to make some improvements in my life as well, as far as my health, as far as, again, just being ultimately overall a lot more healthy. So long story short, we turned around. We were able to get back to that fork in the road, and we were able to go the right way. And even though we had gone the wrong way for a short period of time, it didn't take away from the overall experience. We were still able to enjoy the hike, and we were still able to get to our destination ultimately. I guess before I move on, I will also just mention that, again, with the roads being curvy, and even with you hitting some dead ends, sometimes there were rocks on the road and everything. There were some points in the road where we had to cross over a stream, and actually, I guess that can lead into my next section, is that along your journey to success, you'll encounter some obstacles, and there will be some rest areas as well. There's nothing wrong with taking a small break as you're traveling along your journey, because it's going to get a little bit intense sometimes. Again, that's part of the journey to success. That's part of the journey of wanting to achieve certain goals. That's part of the journey of not wanting to live a boring life, is that there are going to be some intense moments that you're going to experience, but it only makes you stronger, and it makes you better, and it makes getting to that destination even more worthwhile. Like I said, there were a couple of rest areas that we had encountered, as well as a lot of obstacles. There were some points where, like I said, we had to cross a couple of logs. We didn't have any water shoes, so we were kind of trying to make it work with what we had, with the tennis shoes that we had, to try and not get wet as we were traveling along our journey. There's also obviously the heights. Sometimes heights are a big issue for people. There's the different bugs that are trying to attack you. There's the heat, the sun beating down on you. But you got to keep pushing forward. You got to keep pushing forward. But I say all that to say that, again, if things get a little intense sometimes, or you come across an obstacle, sometimes it's okay to take a moment to just stop and figure out how you're going to move around that obstacle. Or even if you just need to take a quick break so that you can breathe and kind of recuperate, do so. Because as you're taking a break, again, it gives you an opportunity to stop and look at everything. And when you get a chance to look at everything again, one, it reminds you why you're on your journey towards your goal. But two, it also gives you an opportunity to see the bigger picture, to see everything with a clear mind. When you're not so frustrated, when you're not so bogged down by all of the heat from trying to travel up this mountain. So again, we'll encounter obstacles sometimes, and again, that's okay. It's gonna make you stronger. It's gonna make getting to that destination even more worthwhile. Um, as you're traveling along this mountain of success, sometimes you're gonna be alone, and other times you'll have help. Don't be too prideful to accept assistance or helping hand sometimes. There were a couple of times where, as I mentioned, with those obstacles that we were dealing with along our hike, where we came across like these two ladies who were trying to figure out how to get across the pond without getting wet. And so we had stopped and we had helped them. There were even some moments where Dustin and we had to help each other to get across the way. And even though it may not have necessarily been impossible to get across by oneself, as we did see a couple of people traveling by themselves, it did definitely make things a little bit easier having each other or having other people along the journey to help get across the way. So um, that kind of just goes back even to last week, what we were talking about, that, you know, everybody is put in your life for a reason, whether for a lifetime or for a season. I had seen a quote earlier today where it said that even that everybody is put into someone's life for a reason, either to change you or you were meant to change their life. And so, again, along the way, we encountered a lot of those opportunities to be able to help each other and have an impact on other people's lives, as well as people impacting our lives as well. In the process of pursuing your goals, um, you don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to do it by yourself. You don't have to do it by yourself. There are people that you can look at as far as role models who may have experienced some of the same things that you have, or are in the process of experiencing, where you're able to learn from them and not necessarily have to deal with the exact same lessons that they did. That way it kind of cuts the learning curve for you. There will be people who will be traveling along with you, where you guys are able to learn with each other, learn and grow with each other. And then, you know, sometimes there will be moments where you're by yourself, but it doesn't mean that you can't call somebody for a little bit of help, a little word of advice, a little vent session, whatever, again, to help be able to push you up that mountain. Wherever you're able to find some type of knowledge, some type of wisdom, take advantage of it. Take advantage of it, because again, it just makes the process easier for you. Work smarter, not harder. Work smarter, not harder. I can honestly say that, again, just in speaking of the help aspect, there was a portion of our hike where as we were getting closer, we actually had to kind of get down this little path where it wasn't just a straight shot. There were a couple of people that we saw who seemed like pros. They were able to just get down like with ease or whatever. But fortunately, there was someone who had left a rope. They had actually tied it down with like a little metal hook or whatever to make it easier for the people coming after them to get down, because again of the experience that they had. So it would have been foolish of me to say, nah, I'm not gonna use that rope. I'm gonna figure this out by myself. Why would I do that if it's there for my convenience, for me to be able to again get to my destination with ease? So again, just keep that in mind as you're traveling along your journey, that sometimes there are genuine people out there who do want to help you because they want to see you succeed. Now, be weary in the aspect that, yes, there are some people at the same time who don't want to see you succeed. But again, that comes into your personal development and being able to tune into that. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Okay, I got just a couple more things for you guys, and then again, like I said, we'll do our little vibe check. So as you're coming across these obstacles and these rest areas and these curvy roads and everything, trust the process and still enjoy the view along the way. There were so many beautiful sights along the way that even though I was focused on getting to the destination, I couldn't help but enjoy, again, all of the views that I was having the opportunity to see. I was glad that I didn't have any service on my phone, because a lot of people nowadays are so wrapped up in, oh, let me, hop on social media and see what's going on with so and so, even though I'm on this beautiful hike towards my goal. Don't let those distractions keep you from enjoying the view and being able to enjoy the process along the way, because it's those experiences, it's those views, it's everything that you're experiencing along that journey that, again, that is contributing to your growth. It's contributing to developing you into the person that you're meant to be once you get to your destination. Not only that, but in addition to that person that you'll be when you get to the destination, the person that you'll be when you get to climb other mountains for other goals as well. So enjoy the process, trust the process, enjoy the view as you're traveling along the way. What? Oh. All right. Now, there was a moment where it was actually super funny. We were about an hour in the right way to the hike. Now, keep in mind, we have been traveling the wrong way on this hike for like a 45-minute period before we got to this point, but we're traveling, getting hot, we're smelling the off on our skin and everything. And we happened to see a group of people that were, going the opposite way. They were coming towards us because they were leaving. And they were smiling. And this guy, he says, "You're almost there." And it was refreshing to see, one, people coming from that way, because we knew, okay, we're going the right way at least. But when he said that, we thought, okay, cool, it's just right around the corner. The universe, or if you are a believer in God, God will give you reminders that you're on the right path. You may not know how long it will be until you reach your destination, but just know that with these little reminders that you're going to get there. Again, it's not how long that it's going to take for you to get there that's important. It's the fact that you're going to get there. It's already done. It's just a matter of time passing by. Again, things I must experience before you can get to your destination. Destin had even mentioned shortly after that, because we were walking, we were like, okay, homeboy said we were almost there. And we had been walking and we still did not hear any water because Dustin's telling me, okay, we're trying to get to a waterfall. I had no idea like what this waterfall looks like or whatever, but we don't hear any water. And it's been at least like 10-15 minutes now and we still ain't seen no water, y'all. So he said, okay, this is just a sign that you must walk by faith and not by sight. You must walk by faith and not by sight when it comes to your journey to success, your journey towards your goals. We kept walking. We kept walking. We kept driving. We kept pushing forward. We kept pushing forward because, again, we knew in our hearts that we hadn't done this whole entire walk for nothing, y'all. We were going to get to our destination at one point, one way or another. But again, it was that drive and everything that we had experienced along the way, the bug bites, the heat, looking at how far of a drop it could have been if one of us had slipped, you know, all of that kept pushing us. It kept motivating us. And again, we had seen the people coming from that way. So obviously there was something out there and we were going the right direction. So we kept pushing forward. Now that leads me to the destination. Sometimes you're given a goal that you can't see. This was one of those situations for actually both of us. Neither of us had been on this hike. But before we even get there, I just want to say that sometimes you may not love what the destination is going to be when you actually get there. You may not love the goal once you actually get there. And I say that only because a couple years ago, we had decided to take a hike out in Malibu. And I was super excited because, again, it was my goal. I had found this trail or whatever. And the goal, again, was to see this waterfall. And we had traveled and we had traveled and we were having fun along the way, you know, laughing and stuff. And we got there and there was no waterfall. The waterfall had been dried out because it happened to be a point in time where there was a drought happening. But I was still so grateful because even though the waterfall was dried out in Malibu, we still had so much fun along the way, along the journey towards getting to the destination. And I can honestly say that experiencing that hike, even though it had been a while, it prepared me for this hike that I got to take this past Wednesday. So, in the process of going through that, even though it was a goal that initially seemed like it was unfulfilled because the waterfall had been dried out, it prepared me for something later that I didn't even know that was coming. So, and speed up back to this hike. We got there and the waterfall was so beautiful, you guys. We've been talking and we want to do a family hike with everybody. Eventually, we'd even love to do this trail with you guys if you guys would be down. But just, I want you to know that even if you're given a goal that you can't necessarily see, and again, you guys, I hadn't Googled this waterfall or whatever to see what it looked like. It could have been huge, it could have been small, but I wouldn't have known what it looked like if I didn't get started to begin with, if I didn't go on the journey. And so when you guys have goals in mind and you guys are on your journey to success, keep pushing forward. Because like Riyadh said this past Monday, you'll never know if the basketball is going to get in the hoop unless you take a shot, right? Whether you miss or not, you don't know unless you take a shot. And so it was the same with this hike. I wouldn't have known or gotten to experience how beautiful that waterfall was had I not gone along the journey. And yes, it was hot. I was sweating. Like I said, I got a sunburn. I got bit by bugs. I had to snack on some vanilla wafers along the way just to make sure that I didn't pass out. But had I not gone through all of that, had I not experienced that journey, I wouldn't have gotten to the waterfall. So, again, as you guys are going along your journey, just know that yes, the road will be curvy. There may be some rocks that you guys might come across and have to move around. There might be some dead ends along the way, and you might have to turn around and start over. There will be opportunities for you to take a break when it gets a little bit intense sometimes, but the destination will always be worth it. Whether it's big or not, it will always be worth it because it's something that contributes to you and you growing. So that's it, y'all. That's what I got for y'all tonight. I hope you guys are able to get some type of value out of that. And
Yes, Queen. Yes. Deep.
um,
Got some value from that tonight.
what'd you say, Queen? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said, good job. Got a lot of value from that. That was deep.
Woo!
That was real deep. I was visualizing myself possibly falling off the cliff because I
No,
just got
don't do
fussed at
that.
about that. Sorry.
But that's
My
the
brother
thing.
fusses at me about that when we go hiking because I'm gonna fall.
No, it's okay. But like the thing is that you'll have those moments. There will be moments of doubt, and you might get to a point where you're like, okay, this is kind of scary. Do I need to turn around? Do I need to figure out another pathway? These are all things that you're gonna experience. And that's okay. There were some moments even that seemed a little scary for me, and I was trying to figure out how kids and dogs were making it through this path, and some old people, and I was like, okay, if these people could do it, like I could do it too, you know. So you'll have those moments, but again, you just have to remember what's driving you to the top of the mountain. What on the inside of you is driving you to the top of the mountain, even when things get a little scary sometimes. Oh, Queen, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, cool. All right, well then let's do a vibe check with y'all. Talk to me. Tell me. Vibe check. Tell me how you guys are feeling, what's on your mind, what might have happened this past week that you're proud of, maybe something that helped you grow. Talk to me.